life can often feel like a relentless series of unpredictable events, leading us to worry and stress over what might come next. This worry often centers around things beyond our control, consuming our energy and peace of mind. However, by learning to detach from outcomes, understanding what we can and cannot control, and finding peace of mind by letting go, we can transform our approach to life and cultivate a sense of serenity and fulfillment. One of the most empowering skills we can develop is learning to detach from outcomes. This doesn't mean we stop caring about our goals or the results we desire. Rather, it means we focus on the process and our efforts instead of fixating on the results. By doing so, we free ourselves from the anxiety that often accompanies uncertainty. Detachment allows us to invest fully in our actions without being paralyzed by the fear of failure or disappointment. When we detach from outcomes, we acknowledge that we can do our best, but we cannot control every variable that influences the final result. This shift in perspective helps us remain grounded and centered, even in the face of unexpected challenges. Detaching from outcomes also helps us maintain a healthier relationship with success and failure. Instead of viewing success as the only acceptable outcome and failure as a catastrophe, we begin to see both as valuable experiences. Success becomes a byproduct of our efforts, while failure becomes a learning opportunity. This mindset reduces the pressure we place on ourselves and allows us to approach our endeavors with a sense of curiosity and resilience. To effectively detach from outcomes, we must first understand the distinction between what we can and cannot control. We can control our thoughts, feelings, and actions. We can decide how we respond to situations, how we treat others, and how we care for ourselves. These are within our sphere of influence. Conversely, we cannot control the thoughts, feelings, and actions of others. We cannot dictate how events will unfold or ensure that everything goes according to our plans. Recognizing this helps us to focus our energy on what truly matters, our own responses and attitudes, rather than being consumed by the uncontrollable aspects of life. Understanding this distinction is crucial for maintaining our mental and emotional well-being. When we try to control things outside our influence, we set ourselves up for frustration and disappointment. By focusing on what we can control, we empower ourselves to take meaningful action and cultivate a sense of agency in our lives. Letting go of what we cannot control is a profound act of self-compassion. It involves accepting that life is inherently uncertain and that our peace of mind comes from embracing this uncertainty rather than resisting it. This is beautifully encapsulated in the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This prayer is a powerful reminder that our peace lies in accepting our limitations while taking responsibility for what we can change. By letting go of the rest, we allow ourselves to live more fully in the present moment, free from the burden of unnecessary worry. The Serenity Prayer encourages us to cultivate three essential qualities: serenity, courage, and wisdom. Serenity comes from accepting the things we cannot change, such as the actions and attitudes of others or certain life circumstances. Courage involves taking proactive steps to change the things we can, like our own behaviors, habits, and mindsets. Wisdom is the ability to discern between the two, recognizing where our efforts are best directed. The Serenity Prayer is a timeless source of comfort and guidance. It reminds us that while we cannot control everything, we can always control our own actions and attitudes. This prayer encourages us to seek serenity through acceptance, courage through action, and wisdom through discernment. When we internalize the message of the Serenity Prayer, we start to see challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than as threats. We understand that our true power lies in our ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. The Serenity Prayer also teaches us the importance of mindfulness. By focusing on the present moment and what we can control, we reduce the tendency to ruminate on past mistakes or worry about future uncertainties. This mindfulness practice helps us to stay grounded and centered, enhancing our overall well-being. To navigate life effectively, it's essential to differentiate between what we can and cannot control. We can control our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. This means we have the power to choose how we respond to any situation, how we interpret our experiences, and how we interact with others. On the other hand, we cannot control the thoughts, feelings, and actions of others. Trying to do so is not only futile but also detrimental to our well-being. By accepting this, we free ourselves from the frustration and disappointment that often come from trying to control the uncontrollable. Recognizing what we can and cannot control also helps us set healthier boundaries. We learn to protect our energy and focus on our own growth rather than being overly invested in changing others. This shift in focus allows us to build more authentic and respectful relationships, where we support others without trying to fix or control them. Attempting to control what is beyond our reach is a waste of time and energy. It leads to stress, anxiety, and depression, and prevents us from living our best lives. When we focus on controlling the uncontrollable, we neglect the areas where we truly have power and influence. This misplaced focus can create a cycle of negative emotions and self-defeating behaviors. We become trapped in a constant state of worry and frustration, unable to appreciate the present moment or make meaningful progress toward our goals. Moreover, trying to control the uncontrollable can strain our relationships. When we impose our expectations on others or try to manage their behaviors, we create tension and conflict. By letting go of this need for control, we foster more harmonious and supportive interactions. Letting go of what we cannot control brings numerous benefits. It leads to peace of mind, as we no longer expend energy on things beyond our influence. It increases our happiness, as we focus on what we can do and take pride in our efforts rather than the outcomes. Moreover, letting go helps us live our best lives. We become more adaptable and resilient, better equipped to handle life's inevitable challenges. We find joy in the journey, appreciating the process and growth that come with each experience. Letting go also enhances our creativity and problem-solving abilities. When we stop fixating on outcomes, we open ourselves to new possibilities and innovative solutions. This openness allows us to approach challenges with a fresh perspective, leading to more effective and fulfilling outcomes. Engage in mindfulness exercises such as meditation, deep breathing, or mindful walking to stay present and centered. Mindfulness helps us detach from worries about the future and regrets about the past, allowing us to focus on the here and now. Establish goals that are within your control and break them down into manageable steps. Celebrate your progress along the way, recognizing that each small step is a victory in itself. Regularly reflect on the positive aspects of your life and express gratitude for them. This practice shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, fostering a sense of contentment and peace. Identify healthy ways to cope with stress and uncertainty, such as exercise, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend or therapist. These coping mechanisms provide a constructive outlet for your emotions. Build a network of friends, family, and mentors who encourage and uplift you. Supportive relationships provide a sense of security and belonging, helping you navigate life's challenges with greater resilience. Embrace the idea that perfection is unattainable and that mistakes are part of the learning process. By accepting imperfection, you reduce the pressure on yourself and create space for growth and self-compassion. Align your actions with your core values and priorities. When you live according to your values, you find deeper meaning and fulfillment in your daily activities, regardless of the outcomes. In conclusion, learning to stop worrying about what we can't control is a journey toward inner peace and fulfillment. By detaching from outcomes, understanding our sphere of influence, and letting go of the rest, we can live more serene, happy, and meaningful lives. The Serenity Prayer serves as a timeless guide in this process, reminding us to focus on what we can change and find peace in accepting what we cannot. Through mindfulness, gratitude, and supportive relationships, we can cultivate a resilient mindset and embrace the beauty of life's uncertainties.